You know, these jobs can get pretty complicated sometimes. I often feel like I need to have 6 hands and 4 legs to pull this off because I'm working on my own all the time. It would be so nice if I could just clone myself, but maybe a younger self. Maybe well, I'm here. Let's get to work. So we're just getting ready now to start on the north end of the building. So the idea is same as the south. We're going to get our 2 rafter beams up and in place, and then we can start putting boards up on this end. So this is the door end with the big double doors, as you recall me talking about before. So this one won't take near as much lumber or as much time to get the boards on it. Good. I'm good there. Are you good? Okay. I'm on the wrong side of that line. Yeah, I put a line up here on the so I could see it on the inside. And then I ignored the fact that the line was for the inside and lined up on the outside. Once we get these small screws in on both sides, then I can put the big screws in and it will pretty much finish us. And then we're going to have to call it quits. It's getting too wet. We have our front rafters up now, so that means I can start on this wall, but I need to do a little bit of figuring out for the door, because what I want to do is put a little deflector over top of the door. It doesn't have to stick up very far at all. It's just enough to stop when the rain comes in from the north, that it doesn't run down the board and batten and in behind the door and that kind of thing. So I've got to put something up against here with an angle on it. Chris? So this is the probably most complicated piece that I've got to cut now. This piece has a splice in it because it's over 8 feet, and I've got a notch out for the door as well. I don't want to just put a separate board in. I want it to all be one board, my standard 8-inch wide board. So we've got a little bit of fancy measuring to do, and I need to make sure I've still got that 30-degree cut on the part that goes over top of our rain deflector, just so that it's going to work right and look right. So we'll head down to the shop and see what we can do to knock this piece out. We need the same thing on both sides. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying this video, and if you have, don't forget to give it a like, and I'd really love to have you to subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any thoughts, questions, suggestions, don't forget to leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get back to the work. That's our outside. All right, there's the bottom piece. Now we'll lay out for the top part of it. All right, there's the top of that notch. Now we'll set this up on the table saw, cut up to about there, and then finish it with the hand saw. All right, so I've got this cut out. Now I just have to tidy this up with my flat plane here. All right, we've got our pieces cut. Let's see how we fit here. So I've got my 30-degree angle in the top. That should sit on top of our rain deflector, and this should go above our peak. And then we've got our extra piece that splices onto the bottom. So let's see what we've got here. We'll just set them in. We should have about a 3/4 inch gap in there. I would say that looks pretty good. Lines up very nicely there. And let's see if we actually have the right length when we splice all of this together. All right, we got it. So we'll repeat this for the opposite side of the door, and that's going to have the trickiest one done. The door will then be framed with the boards. It's actually starting to look like a shed. So the next step is going to be to get back to work on the rafters. With the front boards all in place, we can now start cutting our rafters, which we already have the pattern for, so it's just a matter of getting them all cut, getting them up here, and then put the crossers in across the top, and then start cutting this old plywood up to put up on top of them to give us a little bit of storage up in the attic. So I'm going to cut this one. So you got to keep the shoe down on the board reasonably flat. And the trickiest spot is when we're off like this. There's a very small amount of the shoe on the board in the first place. You're on the inside of the line. Take your time. Good to have help. All right, we've got our center ones up. We'll just move along from here. It's starting to look like a roof. Well, it's closer and closer to looking like a building. So we've made some really good progress here with Chris's help. Our next step is going to be putting in our crossers that fit on top of the walls. That's going to give us our attic. So we've got some plywood we'll cut up and put on top of those. And I'll probably put some collar ties in right high up later on. All right, guys, so we are all set here to start putting our purlins on for our sheet metal. So let's get these up and we'll get rolling along.
We want 2 long ones, right?
Yes. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
There. Are you happy?
Now we're done.
Well, there we are. Blistering hot day, but we've got our purlins on. So it's been almost 2 weeks since Chris, my younger self, has been here. And if you've seen from the videos and from this shot, we've accomplished an awful lot on this building in that short period of time. We also spent a bit of time on the sawmill and giving Chris some tractor lessons, but that little adventure is for a later video. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much to Chris for all your help. It's really been amazing and it's made a huge difference.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. It's been a lot of fun. And yep, it's time for me to go. But next time you need me, just pull out the magic impact, pull the trigger.
Well, I guess that's it. I'm back on my own again. So thanks very much for watching, guys. So if you've been finding the videos interesting or at least finding them enjoyable, I'd love to have a like, and I'd really love to have you subscribe to the channel. So that's it for today's video, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time.